Greek gods are always aspects of human culture and psychology. And the Greeks couldn't talk about that openly, but the smart ones felt that way. But now that we're much more advanced with psychology, we can look back and say, oh, Mercury is that sensation you have when you remember something or realize something. Or Zeus represents patriarchy, where men are in control, they make a rule, and you have to follow the rules. Santa Claus is another patriarchal figure. Santa Claus is a metaphor, a characterized metaphor of the patriarchy. And the story of Christmas is Santa Claus brings you presents if you're good, which means the patriarchy will reward you materially if you're socialized. So we can break that down. The patriarchy it's the man's way of doing things. You have to follow the rules. Women are more forgiving. Mothers want to protect their kids. Men want their kids to perform. And fathers want their kids to perform and get better. It's usually men running hardcore companies. Not always, but even women who do it that way are considered to be manly. It's a masculine trait of getting better and performing, not just being and feeling. So in that system, we generate way more than we need. It's consumerism, agriculture, you have all this extra rice, all these extra products, all these extra toys. You will get those things if you are socialized. If you shut up when you're talking to someone older, if you say yes sir to people you need to respect, if you go to work every day and come home, if you save your money, if you don't do drugs, if you don't gamble. So if you are good, you will experience material wealth. So once again, I could write this on the board. The patriarchy will reward you materially if you are socialized. We tell that story. That's a hard story to explain to people. People might argue with that story. Kids wouldn't understand that story if you said it in those words. But Santa Claus is coming to town. You better be nice, better be good, he's making a list, checking it twice. That's a story we tell to represent this truth, this reality, which is your life will be much better if you follow the rules. And Santa Claus is the main story that we tell in a way that is still pseudo-religious or mythological. Almost all of our other myths have died. Some cultures still have like their great leader, or their great, like communism has a philosophy. In the West, most of those things have died, but Santa Claus remains. And kids will even debate whether or not Santa Claus is true or not. It's weird that parents will still act like Santa Claus is true, because I think subconsciously they realize it is true in a mythological sense that if you're good, your life will be better. And Santa Claus is a analog or a similar thing to Greek gods, which they told these stories of, don't make Athena angry. She would curse people and turn them into animals or send them into hell forever. So don't make your mom angry, especially the head woman of the household. The slaves should not make her angry, should not make her jealous, and should do what she says because she's smarter than you and more powerful. So the Greek stories are that kind of thing for them. And it's interesting looking back when we can just think of it and intellectually analyze it in a different way than they experienced it. And we can do that through the stories that they wrote, like the Odyssey and the Aeneid and the Metamorphoses.